So I've been on the hunt for a perfect travel bag, and I'm really hoping that this is the one. So it arrived in the mail earlier in the week, so I thought we'd do the unboxing together. Hi there, my name's Mariana. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. So I will say firstly that this video isn't sponsored. I've purchased this bag myself. I was looking for a lightweight travel bag that I could use on the plane and take around Europe with me when I go on my holiday shortly. So this kept popping up on my feed. It does have a 40-day return period, so I thought I may as well order it to see what it was like. And then when it arrived, I thought I may as well do the unboxing with you. So let's get going with the unboxing and see what this bag is like. Okay, so this bag was originally marketed as a baby bag, and it was developed by a lady by the name of Laura, who was just looking for something practical that she could use as a mum of two little ones. So she's an Australian girl, so this is an Australian company, and you know that I always try and support local and Australian owned businesses wherever I can. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get going and see what this bag is like. So I've already undone it to make sure I could undo it. Put it over here. Okay, so that's the bag. That is beautiful. Okay, so here we are. The Tote. So this is made of neoprene fabric, so it kind of feels like what wetsuits are made out of, which is I think what makes it so lightweight. And also it would be easy to keep clean, which is another thing that attracted me to it, to eliminate scuff marks. And if you're traveling around, or if you intend to use it as a baby bag or a work tote and you're using public transport and just want something easy to wipe over, this is a really good fabric for that. So let's have a quick look at the features. So I'll just say, firstly, what I like to do is I like to do an unboxing and first impressions, and then I like to use it for a couple of weeks and then do another video showing what fits in the bag, how I use it, and how I style it. So today is just the unboxing. Anyway, so it's got the gunmetal hardware, so zipper at the front, which slides really easily. So you can tell that's a really good quality zipper. And I like the way it's got some piping around it, so it sort of reinforces that zip. And then it's got the slightly raised logo at the top. And then on the back, one of the requirements I had when I ordered the bag was that it had to have a travel sleeve. So it does have the travel sleeve, but it also functions as a pocket. So it's got another good quality zip there to close it. And then you've got your luggage strap. And when you're not using it for that, you can just use it as a separate pocket. Now, the pocket on the front isn't overly deep, but you could probably keep a pair of sunglasses, your phone, passport in there. Small wallet, if you use a card wallet, would fit in there. And then it's got another two small pockets on the back side of it. So they're not overly wide, but you could probably fit a slim pair of glasses in there, a couple of pens, and then another one on the other side. Something in here. And it's got a keychain, which I love. I'm of the impression that all handbags should have these. I'm one of those people that will chuck my keys into my bag and then spend ages fishing around looking for them. So this bag does function as a tote, but the other thing I like about it is if you just pull the straps like that, it converts into a backpack. So it's convertible, which I really like. The fabric at the bottom is neoprene, and it does have these little metal feet at the bottom, again in that gunmetal. But I would have imagined it would have been better to have like a faux leather at the bottom to help avoid tears and scuffs when you're putting it on the ground. But that may just be my personal opinion. And the little straps on the side are faux leather, so it wouldn't have been out of sorts to put the faux leather at the bottom, but that could just be my personal point of view. At the top here, it's got the faux leather enclosure, again with a gunmetal zipper. Let's see what's in here. Because this was originally marketed as a baby bag and has since evolved into a work tote / travel tote, it does come with the little mat. And I did see on Instagram or Facebook or whatever that some ladies were using it to put around their laptop before sticking it inside. I don't think I would do that, but anyway, each to their own. And this bag doesn't actually come with a crossbody handle, but I did reach out to Laura and inquire about that. And she did gift this one to me, but it does retail at $49.95. So the crossbody strap, which is adjustable, has the H logo on the strap as well, as does the rest of the bag. On the strap, it's got the H logo. Strangely though, it's got two different color hardware. So the adjustable part is in the gunmetal, but then these are in gold. Now, I'm extremely partial to gold hardware, but it just does seem strange to have two different color hardwares on the one strap. Or I don't know, again, is that just me being too picky? The other thing is I've noticed there is nowhere to actually attach the crossbody strap unless you hook it over. Okay, so unless you hook it over the faux leather, but it slides on one side like that. But then on the other side, you would have to go behind the tote part of the handle. And to me, it would look like a little bit of an afterthought. Like it wouldn't look like it was an intentional thing. It would, yeah, to me, it would look like an afterthought. Okay, but let's put that aside and continue. Let's get the stuffing out. Okay, so the inside of the bag has got this lovely caramel lining. Now, I'm all black all the time and would think, oh, it might be better in black. But having said that, because all my accessories are black, it would be really easy to find everything inside. First impressions, if you're using this as a baby bag, it doesn't actually feel like the fabric inside is wipeable. It says that it is, but I don't know. I think it doesn't feel like it is, and I think that it may stain. I'm not sure. It does have two insulated pockets, one on each side with an elasticated top. So if you're using it as a baby bag, it will be great for baby bottles. If you're using it as a travel or work tote, it would be great for water bottles. I don't think it would fit my 1 litre Yeti in there, but I think it would fit my 700ml Awala bottle because that's slimmer. And then it's got another two elasticated pockets on the side, which are a little bit bigger, which would fit my 1 litre Yeti. I can tell that on sight. On the other side, there is a zip pocket, again with that gunmetal hardware. And it's just quite a small pocket. You could probably fit a passport and a couple of bits and pieces on there. And then on either side of the zipper pocket, there are two open pockets. They're quite small though. Again, you could probably fit a couple of pens, a slim pair of sunglasses or reading glasses if that's what you wear. That's a really nice bag. It is a beautiful bag and it's well made. It's been well thought out, but I think it would be better personally as a baby bag than a work or travel tote. And the reason I say that is the lack of a laptop pocket. I don't know about you, but I don't want my laptop moving around and getting in my way. I think I would prefer a dedicated laptop pocket in a travel or work tote. And it would, yeah, but that's a personal opinion. But all in all, it is a beautiful bag. So I'll go through some pros and cons. It is a well-constructed bag. It is extremely lightweight. I love the zipper pocket on the front, but I would have thought that it would be better if that front pocket was a little bit deeper to keep a Kindle or Kobo or some sort of tablet or notebook would be better. Also, I think for using it as a travel tote, it would be nice for it to have an additional security pocket on the inside to keep your passport and stuff in there, as opposed to keeping it into an open pocket. And even having it in the pocket at the front, if you're using it as a backpack, you don't want to keep your passport or anything in there, money, wallet, that sort of thing. So the other con for me is the fact that there is no dedicated laptop pocket. The pro for me is the color of the lining. Like I said, it's easy to see everything inside, which makes it quite usable. I will say as well that the bag is quite spacious, so it's going to fit all your baby paraphernalia when you're out and about. And also, and if you're intending to use it as a travel bag, it'll fit things like your headphones in there if they're over ear. It'll fit a book, it'll fit your little on-flight care pouch thing. If you're using it as a work tote, if you take your lunch to work with you, it'll also fit all of those things in there. So it is quite spacious without it looking too big. So that's another big plus for me, because I do take a packed lunch to work with me every day. I also carry my water bottle, and sometimes if I'm going early in the morning and I want to take in my coffee mug, that will also fit in there. So it is a really spacious and practical bag. Pro for me is the ability to change it from a backpack to a tote bag. That's a massive plus. Con for me is the inability to use the adjustable crossbody strap the way I would like to use it. It does really feel like an afterthought. Pro for me is the quality of the zippers and the fact that it does have the feet at the bottom. Con for me, if you intend to use it as a travel or work tote, particularly a travel tote, I don't like how you can slip your hand inside. The zippers don't run all the way to the end. So to me, that is a little bit of a security thing, given the amount of pickpockets in Europe and things like that. I do love this bag though. And it looks so nice. It really looks nice. I think the biggest con for me would have to be the fact that there's no laptop pocket, and I'm not really sure if I will keep the bag based purely on that. I'll have to have a think. I'll put my stuff in to see what it's like and then go from there. But I wanted to be completely transparent. This, like I said, this is not a sponsored video. I paid for this with my own money, so I can give a very, very honest review. However, the other pro for me is the fact that it is owned by an Australian business, by Laura, who's starting out. I'm a massive advocate for Australian businesses. I also like the fact that the bags are made sustainably, although they're not made in Australia. It is sustainable practices that are in place. I also like the fact that 10% of the proceeds are donated to Bravehearts, which is a children's charity, which is always a massive win. I think that is extremely generous of any company to donate to various charities. So I do really like it. It is a beautiful bag. Okay, so that is it. That is my unboxing and first impressions of the H travel bag. I will put the link in the description if you'd like to check it out. Again, the cons of this bag are my own personal opinion. There are so many positives about this bag, like just that ability to transition so easily from a tote to a backpack is a huge plus for me. It just makes it so practical and easy to use. Like, it is just a gorgeous bag, and I've not seen another one like it. But again, that lack of a laptop sleeve pocket and also the ability to get into the sides is a bit of a con for me. So I'll have a think and let you know what I decide, if I decide to keep it. And I'll put a link in the description so you can have a look on the website. It does come in various colors. I think it comes in, well, obviously the black, and also comes in stone and chocolate brown, and I think there's one other color. They've also released another handbag that's specifically to use on strollers. So again, it's marketed as a baby bag but is multifunctional. That's it from me. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a big thumbs up and leave me a comment. Do you think that the lack of a laptop pocket is a deal breaker for a travel and work tote? Also, please consider subscribing. I am trying to grow my channel, and any support I can get is greatly appreciated. Anyway, that's it from me, and until the next one, I hope you all have a fabulous day. Bye.